Welcome to your fragrance review. Today we're gonna try Totally White by Palomar. So as all the other samples, it comes in a little box like this and with a glass atomizer. If you're interested to see the whole unboxing and just look at my playlist about Palomar Parfum, the first video I did the unboxing of the whole discovery kit that I bought. Actually, there's two different discovery kit that I got from them, and so if you're interested to see what it looks like. So anyway, let's start with this one. So as I spray it on the paper, getting something that's really like a green floral. It's, for me, it smells really like just kind of a simple floral note. I can distinguish different facets of it, but for me, when I was smelling it and even in the air, all the note in the fragrance are note that I don't have a clue about, that I never smelled before. So it's hard to say what those notes are. So I've looked up all those notes, what they are, what they smell like, and according to really what I'm picking up as the smell description, this is what I'm gonna tell you. But really, if you don't know those really rare notes, you're most likely just gonna think it smells flower. Something that I'm picking up is it's a big note of lilac right now in the air, and there's no lilac in the fragrance, but there's a note of wisteria, which is told to smell like lilac and clove. And when I smell it like really in paper, picking up a little bit of spiciness like clove. So I would say I'm really picking up that wisteria note. Picking up some animalic note, kind of remind me of musk a little bit without really being musk. And again, that is a note that is described hawthorn, which is another note in the fragrance. And there's a little touch of orange blossom in it, which is one of the things that describe syringa, which is another note in the fragrance. And I would say the wisteria is the strongest, that little lilac and clove note. Then it's the hawthorn, that little animalic kind of musky note. And the syringa is the really most softer note, which with his little orange blossom aspect. On my skin, what I'm picking up in the top note, it's really pretty much equally all those notes together, as much wisteria, hawthorn, and syringa. As it dries down, the syringa become more dim, and it's more wisteria and hawthorn with a little bit of syringa. And as it keeps drying down in the base notes, there's still a lot of wisteria and a little bit of syringa, and no more hawthorn anymore, or at least from what I'm getting, because again, they're not notes that I'm really used to smell. It's the first time. I think all of them, hawthorn tell me something. Maybe there was another fragrance with that note, but like the other two for sure, I've never had any fragrance with any of these notes. I also like to say that fragrance is really, really intense in the air. After I sprayed it, it stays really easily in the air. Now for the specs of the fragrance. Projection is average, a little bubble around me, people were able to smell it. And longevity was pretty good, I would say. I rated it 7 to 12 hours, but it was really more in the lower side of the 7 to 12 hours, so maybe more 7 to 10 hours, but still pretty good, especially for a floral fragrance. For the complete note breakdown, the notes are wisteria, hawthorn, and syringa. Now, where would see this fragrance? This fragrance, it says that it's a unisex fragrance, but for me, it's really, really a feminine fragrance. Somehow it reminds me a little bit of the Dolce line from Dolce & Gabbana, the little bottle with the cap that is a flower. Not any specifically, but it just reminds me of that line a little bit. Could easily be a flanker or inspired by. Though with the notes, I would say it's probably just a coincidence. So I would still rank it as a men's fragrance, as I would do as a men's fragrance, but I need to say that it's extremely feminine. So I would say maybe I could see it as a business fragrance. It's really elegant because it's floral, so I think it could work well, especially if you're dressing out. There's a little bit of powderiness to it, so I think if you dress well, when you dress sharp, you could pull it off as a business fragrance. Don't think it will be so good as a dating fragrance. Don't think it will be so good in winter, but maybe because the fragrance, it seems to really hold well in the air, maybe it will be doing like an okay job. I think it would work in winter. even though it wouldn't be like super good, but I think it would work. And in summer, the smell is not too intense, and also it smells somewhat natural, so I think it will be really good in summer. It's floral, it smells like spring. A big of it is the smell of lilac, which is actually wisteria, but it's really present there and reminds me of spring a lot, so it will be good in summer. And also the projection is not too much, doesn't smell like super sweet and synthetic, doesn't smell sweet and synthetic, but yeah, it should work in summer really easily. And as an everyday fragrance, it's not quite that type. It's not really that type. I would say for a woman, it will be a really great everyday fragrance. For a man, it's a little bit bold, but it's still like floral. It smells nice, and it's something that it does smell good, and it doesn't smell like crazy sweet or anything. Like, it's not a dating fragrance. So I think if you really are into floral fragrance, then you could pull it off as an everyday scent really easily, but still it doesn't have enough the style for me to put it there, unless again you really love floral fragrance, then you'll love it as an everyday fragrance. And projection is good, longevity is pretty good, should work pretty much the whole day. Maybe like the last hour it won't smell anymore, but it's pretty good still. In the end, I think the fragrance is really nice, really well blended, it smells really interesting and unique. If you're into floral fragrance again, you should check it out. And also, if you want to give a gift to a woman, it could be a really good gift also. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If it's the case, well, like and share. If you try the fragrance, tell me what you think about it. Also, if you're a big fan of floral fragrance and you're a man, tell me what kind of fragrance you really love that is floral fragrance, of course. So, thanks for watching and see you soon.